In fact, welcome back to News9. In fact, we have some big breaking news coming in now. Union Minister from Maharashtra, Gopinath Munde, has passed away. Well, this is the big news that we are now tracking. He died this morning at around 7:20. He was on his way to the IGI airport when his car met with an accident. Well, senior BJP leader and Union Minister for Rural Development, Gopinath Munde, has died in a road accident in Delhi. He was 64. Now, he was on his way to the Delhi airport when his car met with an accident at around 6:30. In fact, these are visuals coming in from Maharashtra. We are told that his family members now, that's Rahul Mahajan over there, his family members will leave for Delhi immediately. In fact, Munde's wife is a sister of Pramod Mahajan, and that's why you can see Rahul Mahajan over there taking Gopinath Munde's family. We are told that they should leave for Delhi anytime soon. His family members completely distraught upon hearing this particular accident, wherein senior BJP leader and Union Minister passed away this morning at around 7:20. Now, the accident took place at around 6:30 this morning in the Moti Bagh area of the capital. Now, former BJP President and Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said that while the driver of the car and the passenger in front were unharmed, Munde, who was reportedly in the rear seat, was injured. In fact, he collapsed over there. He was taken to the Apex Trauma Center at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, where doctors tried their best to save him. This is what Nitin Gadkari stated. Now, the minister died of a heart attack. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan, who too rushed to the hospital, has now said. Dr. Harshvardhan also said that Gopinath Munde was diabetic. Now, after the post-mortem this morning, Gopinath Munde's body will be taken to the BJP office at 11 Ashoka Road. His last rites would be performed in his village in Beed district of Maharashtra. Now, Munde, who was sworn in as a cabinet minister last week in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cabinet, was to have taken an early morning flight to Mumbai. He was to have addressed a series of public meetings in Beed, his Lok Sabha constituency. Now, he started his political career very early in life. Now, it was in 1971 that he associated with the campaign of the Bharatiya Janata Sangh candidate in the Lok Sabha election in the Beed constituency. He then attended the RSS training camp held in Pune that same year. Now, soon he became the in charge of the RSS Pune City Student Cell. Later, he was made a member of the executive committee of the city RSS. Now, he was leader of the opposition in the Maharashtra Vidhan Sabha from the 12th of December 1991 to the 14th of March 1995. Gopinath Munde was sworn in as Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra when Manohar Joshi-led government took over the reins of the state on the 14th of March 1995. In fact, let's once again listen in to what a senior doctor from AIIMS Trauma Center had to tell us.
Union Minister for Rural Development and Drinking Water, Sanitation and Panchayati Raj was brought to the emergency department of Jayaprakash Narayan Apex Trauma Center AIIMS at 6:30 a.m. today in the morning, that is 3rd June 2014, by his personal assistant and driver. Shri Gopinath Munde was sitting on the back seat of his car, which was hit by another car or any other vehicle at 6:20 a.m. from the side where he was sitting. On his arrival to the Apex Trauma Center AIIMS, there was no spontaneous breathing, no blood pressure, no pulse, there was no cardiac activity. So immediately CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, was started and was continued for the next 50 minutes. Despite all aggressive resuscitative measures, Shri Gopinath Munde ji could not be revived and has been declared dead at 7:20 a.m. on 3rd June 2014.
In fact, that was AIMS spokesperson Dr. Amit Gupta. Gupta basically informing us as to what really happened. Now on the right you can see Rahul Mahajan along with Gopinath Munde's family members. Now we are told that they should be on their way towards to Delhi as of now. Senior BJP leaders informed them of what happened this morning. You can see that they are completely distraught. In fact, the accident just took place this morning at 6:20, and by 7:20 the doctors declared him dead. In fact, let's listen in to what Nitin Gadkari had to say about this accident.
आज सुबह हमारे देश के ग्रामीण विकास मंत्री और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हमारे नेता गोपीनाथ मुंडे जी सुबह एयरपोर्ट जाने के लिए निकले थे। उनका एक कार एक्सीडेंट होने से डैश हुआ कार को। वो कार में बैठे थे, गिर गए, उनको चोट लगी। उनको सफदरजंग हॉस्पिटल में लाया गया था। डॉक्टर ने पूरी कोशिश की और करीब 8 बजे डॉक्टर ने उनको मृत घोषित किया है। ये बहुत
In fact, this is a very sad incident that has taken place, but we now have with us former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Jagdish Shettar. Mr. Shettar, it's a very sad situation that a senior leader has lost his life in this accident.
It is a very sad news and it is a very shocking news for us because we are very closest to Mr. Gopinath Munde, and he is a very popular leader in Maharashtra. And he did lot of work for the upgrade of the poor people, pillars, and SC, STs. And he belongs to backward, particularly Banjara community. He did lot of things for the upliftment of those people. And he is a very popular leader in Maharashtra. And he built a party in Maharashtra. And once he became a Deputy Chief Minister of the Maharashtra on the BJP as a BJP leader. So now he has taken charge as a Rural Development Minister of the Government of India under the Mr. Modi's leadership. We expect a lot of things he can do in the rural development because he came from the rural areas. So he has every knowledge and experience about all the rural situation in Maharashtra and in the entire nation. So we expected a lot from the Gopinath Munde ji, but it is a very sad news. His sudden demise, that it is shocking for us. So we condole for that.
Now, Mr. Shettar, when you first heard this news in the morning, what was your first reaction like?
No, actually, I have not believed at all. How? Because when last week I attended the swearing ceremony of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Gopinath Munde ji, other ministers, and even in Delhi, I met personally Mr. Gopinath Munde ji, and I told wish for his ministry and for the future success in his ministry. I personally met him, and he discussed a lot of things regarding rural, because I was also worked as a rural development minister in Karnataka.
Okay.
He has discussed so many things when we met in Delhi last week. So it is completely, it is unbelievable. How it is actually shocking for us. Today morning when I heard first news, that is completely shocking for us.
Now, Mr. Shettar, can you tell us something more about your past association with him? Because Gopinath Munde is a very senior BJP leader.
10 years back, when I was in earlier also on opposition, for some period, 1 year or 1.5 years, he was in charge of the Karnataka BJP also, central. So, in that connection, we came very close to Gopinath Munde, and according to he's a very practical politician.
Okay.
Very practical politician, and there is no formalities, nothing. Very simple man. we cannot say he's he deputy CM. He developed as a deputy CM and a state leader and central party vice president. Very simple man. Whenever we attended for the national executive meeting, regularly we met with Gopinath Munde, and all the times he discussed about the Karnataka situation, political situation in Karnataka, because it is a neighboring state. So many issues, always he discussed with the party in Karnataka. So it is that a very close connection with us.
All right. And will you be traveling to Maharashtra to attend the last rites?
We are thinking, all the leaders we are meeting today, our latest party meetings also. There is a condolence meeting in our party also, in party, our office. We are all going to decide.
All right, Mr. Shettar, thank you very much for speaking to News9 and sharing your views with us. That was Jagdish Shettar, former Chief Minister of Karnataka, stating that his association with Gopinath Munde goes back 10 years ago. And when Gopinath Munde was Karnataka in charge for the BJP, he said that they all became, in fact, all the leaders over here became extremely close with him. He was a very practical politician, no formalities, in spite of all the positions he held in the party nationally. He stated that whenever leaders from the BJP in Karnataka traveled to the national executive meeting, they always discussed with him about Karnataka and Maharashtra politics. In fact, we'll now slip into another short break, but on the other side, we will continue to track all these developments and more. News9, now real terrible news this morning. Union Minister Gopinath Munde, who suffered serious injuries after his convoy met with an accident, has passed away. In fact, Union Minister Gopinath Munde died in a road accident in Delhi this morning when he was on his way to the airport. Well, in fact, the accident took place when he was on his way to the Indira Gandhi International Airport. And the accident happened when his car was hit by that particular Indica car that you see over there. We are told that his driver and personal assistant were sitting in the front while he was sitting in the rear seat. Now that Indica car, the greyish color Indica car, rammed into his SX4. Now it took place when his car was moving from Lodi Road towards the Aurobindo Chowk, where you can see the state of the Indica car over there, the damages. As of now, we are told that investigations have begun. In fact, the accident took place when Munde was on his way to the Indira Gandhi International Airport to fly to Mumbai. It took place when his car was moving from Lodi Road towards the Aurobindo Chowk. There you see police officers now investigating this particular case as to what really happened. Was it on purpose? Was it just a mere accident? And that is the Indica car which rammed into Union Minister Gopinath Munde's car this morning that led to his sudden death. In fact, the car was seized. The driver has also been taken into custody, and you can see the police officers now, police personnel covering that particular car. Now, intense investigations will take place by the police to know what really happened and how did this accident take place. Was it on purpose or was it a mere accident? Now, Munde had a victory rally scheduled in Beed and Parali. He had won the 2014 Lok Sabha elections from the Beed constituency. He was the Minister of Rural Development, Panchayati Raj, and also Drinking Water and Sanitation. Now, Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari said that the accident took place at around 6:20. Now, AIM spokesperson Dr. Amit Gupta stated, and to quote him, there was no breathing, no pulse, no cardiac function when Mr. Munde was brought to the hospital. Despite efforts, he could not be revived and was declared dead at 7:20, unquote. In fact, visuals are from the police station where the Indica car. In fact, as of now, the driver of that particular Indica car has been taken into custody at the Tughlaq Road Traffic Police Station.